Hey, Devin with FishTankProjects.com. This is rather exciting. My jellyfish just showed up. They haven't even actually taken a look yet. They did take an extra day in shipping, so I really hope they are okay and not completely frozen. Alright, so it looks like I can still see their bell shapes. They look to be moving, so this is a great sign. So I think they are alive and well. So far looking pretty good. Now, they're definitely going to take a while to acclimate these guys, so I'm just going to let them warm up to room temperature for probably half an hour to an hour, and then I'll start dripping them or slowly mixing the water between the two containers. So the poor jellies are at about 4 or 5 degrees. Room temperature is about 20, so it's going to definitely take a while. So from what I understand, the jellyfish can adapt quite well to temperature as long as it's low. So it's probably going to let it sit in the open top and its little styrofoam cooler for probably a good 2 hours until it gets to about room temperature, maybe longer, however long it takes. I'd rather not risk the health of the jellies. So once it warms up, then we will get it eventually start to drip and get into the tank. So the jellyfish have been sitting on the desk. They were in their little styrofoam box for probably about 4 hours now. Now the water's up to about 13 to 15 degrees. Kind of hard to see them, but there's 3 of them in there. So I'm going to slowly start adding tank water. What I'm going to do is every 20-30 minutes or so, I'm just going to add a ladle full of water until they start getting adapted to the conditions of the tank water. I want to make sure the salinity is pretty close to the rest of the parameters, so slowly start adding it until they get acclimatized. So it's been about 6 hours since they got the jellies. I let them warm up for a couple hours, and then about every 20 minutes or so I've been adding about a ladle full of water to the jelly bag, just let them adapt. Now so far they're not moving or pulsing, so I'm really hoping that they just need some time to adapt, and hopefully later tonight or by morning they'll be active and swimming around. So we will check back in a few hours. So I just got home after a few hours. Now the jellyfish, they're not pulsing yet, but they are neutrally buoyant, which is a good sign, so they seem to be getting close. I was told not to feed them until they're pulsing on their own, so I'll probably wait until morning to give them some live brine shrimp, and hopefully they'll be good. So, so far so good, considering that the poor guys are out in the freezing cold for an extra day. Hopefully they look like they should recover. Alright guys, so it's been about 24 hours now since I originally got the jellyfish. They're in the tank. They are starting to pulse. One of the poor little guys had a little bit of a tear in his bell from shipping, but he's actually pulsing the most so far, and they're all starting to eat. So I'm sure by tomorrow they should be all recovered and good to go. Unfortunately, there's a little mishap with Purelator where they took an extra day in transit, so they were quite cold. But they look like they're adapting and they're recovering quite well. So I want to give a big shout out to John from Jellyfish Art for helping out the tank, and Chris from jellyfishaquariums.ca. He's the actual guy that helped me out with the jellyfish and hooked me up. I think he's actually one of the only reliable place I've actually found in Canada for jellyfish. So if you're in Canada, definitely check him out. He's a great guy and very knowledgeable and very helpful, so big thanks to him. As for the jellyfish themselves, I'm very excited for them. It's great to see them starting to pulse and move around, and hopefully by tomorrow they'll all be pulsing and good to go in the tank. So just a little bit of update for, I guess, day 2 of my Jellyfish Art Nano tank, and stay tuned. If you want to check out more pictures and more info, check out my site at FishTankProjects.com.